Cole Palmer. Cole Jermaine Palmer. We have to talk. We have a talent on our hands, people. There's no two ways about it. We're looking at someone who has the potential to go down as one of the leading and one of the iconic Premier League players. You know, at first, people thought maybe it's just a one-season wonder when a new manager comes in that's going to be a just a position manager. He's not going to know what he's not going to know where to go. He relies on just pure freedom. He said, yeah, I'm going to show you guys I'm adaptable. You know, they tried to put him on the right wing in the beginning, and it's not really Palmer. He's shown everyone that this guy is a pure number 10. We are talking about a special talent right now, man. I remember I did a video with HP about talents and we were doing special A grade, B grade. And I think I put Palmer in B or A because I was like, do you know what? Let me wait and see. Let me wait and see because I didn't want to put him with the Yamals and stuff yet. But listen, I've just seen the statistics. 43 goals and assists since the start of last year. This is incredible numbers. That's more than Erling Haaland. That's more than Salah. That's more than Bukayo Saka. That's more than Phil Foden, Ollie Watkins. These are some of the leading players in the Premier League, and it's time to start putting Cole Palmer in that discussion. If you're having a Premier League top 10 players, Cole Palmer better be in there. This is a top talent. I don't even want to just talk about him statistically. Yes, he scored 4 goals. By the way, in amongst that 4, before this, at the start of the season, they were telling him to do 1, 2, 3 as one of the things that, the BT and all these guys do, TNT now. 1, 2, 3. And he said, what about 4? What about 4? And they were like, all right, if you want to do 4, just do 4. So he did 1, 2, 3, 4. And he went and bagged 4 goals against Brighton. Now, listen, Brighton's defending was atrocious, but you've still got to punish. You still got to kill. And, I was talking to somebody and they said, what is it about Cole Palmer that makes him a special talent? What is it about him? Because has he got the best ball striking in the Premier League? Probably not. Is he the fastest in the Premier League? Probably not. Is he the best dribbler in the Premier League? Probably not. Is he the best finisher? There's so many things that you can talk up to him about that he's probably not necessarily the best at. But you put everything that he can do at like an 8 out of 10 level. And that is what's impressive. And not only that, sometimes we always speak about what players do, how can I say, physically, as in like on the ball, like what they can do on the ball, but we take away what they can do up here. And I've always say that's what I think separates Saka from a lot of others, is what he's got up here. Is his IQ from a young age. And that's the same thing with Cole Palmer. By the way, playing as number 10 when you're so young isn't an easy thing. You know what I mean? A lot of times you got to do right wing shifts, left wing shifts. But then when it comes to 10, because you're the hub of the team, you're the brains of the team in the attacking third. And one thing about Cole Palmer, and I want everybody to watch, I want everybody to look from next time you watch him. He only wants the football in places that he could do maximum damage. Maximum damage. And I'm going to tell you who he reminds me of when he does that. Cole Palmer only wants the ball where within 2, 3, 4 touches, it's going to be a through ball. It's going to be a dangerous side pass. It's going to be a shot. It's going to be a dribble where it's cutting the opposition. He doesn't care about the whole build-up stuff. He can do it. When he drops in, he'll do it. He's not going to lose the ball like how maybe a Bruno Fernandes will lose the ball. He's not going to do that. But he wants to be in the danger zones. I mean, let's call it the red zone. He wants to be in the red zones, the danger position of the pitch. That's why you see him creating so much within 1, 2, 3 touches. That side pass, the slip around the corner. He's also creating in ways which I actually thought was going out of the game. Them people that just want to put it around the corner, slip it through there. Because a lot of the times creating now comes from crossing or drilled passes. Now he's still bringing that kind of elegance, that kind of, not in a way like how Ozil would assist somebody, slide it through the corner. David Silva's. Cole Palmer is bringing that. It's the IQ. It's the IQ. I really want people to listen to what I'm saying and go and check that out. He only wants the ball in places that he's really going to cause harm. Really going to cause harm. And you've got to praise him for that. You know, proper final third demon. And you know who reminds me of with that? It's Kevin De Bruyne. It's Kevin De Bruyne. KDB is very similar to that. Yes, I can drop in and drop a pass to the centre back or the right back or the left back. But no, get me the ball in my favourite zone. My first pass, my first, second pass, third pass is going to be a final ball. It's going to be a dangerous ball, or I'm going to get a shot off. It's KDB. And I don't want people to think, oh, what, that means they don't want to get involved in first phase of play. No, they can do it if they need to do it. They're not going to lose the ball because they can dribble. They can get out of tight spaces, but they know their danger zones and they maximize themselves in those roles. And that is such an important thing to have in your arsenal. KDB understands it to a T, fully understands it. And I believe Cole Palmer has that too. Now, people are going to say, oh, so what, you're saying he's like KDB? Not saying he's like KDB, because when you get to certain legendary status, you got to respect the player and not compare people to them as of yet. Some people think KDB is the best midfielder in Premier League history or the best midfielder of his generation. But the way Cole Palmer is going on, we could be talking about him like a KDB in the next 5, 6, 7 years. Do you remember when KDB really started making noise? When he was at Wolfsburg, killing it, destroying teams, hat-trick v Bayern Munich. Cole Palmer is following that path, people. Don't be afraid to... Listen, we don't always want to just look to in the future, but don't be afraid to talk about people's potential. He has the potential to be an all-time great in this league. And it's crazy. My 2 solo videos is about to be both on Chelsea players, which is insane. I'm not a Chelsea fan, people. I'm not a Chelsea fan. I'm just looking at Chelsea right now, and they're fun. You know what I mean? They're different. Arsenal are pretty much the same. We know what they were. Liverpool, not get a bit different. Man City, pretty much the same. But Chelsea are the team, I said, like, I think they're the only team in the Premier League this season that you're looking at. You're like, there could be a complete difference from them last season to this season. I think Spurs will be the same. Man United will be the same. But I think when you look at Chelsea, it's a little bit different. So you might see a few Chelsea videos on this channel. But back to it. I do see KDB and Cole Palmer. I really do. And a lot of people are going to talk about last season that it was a lot of penalties and stuff. But he's showing that he can get goals. He can get assists regardless of that. I mean, you're thinking about Noni. Noni's got a... Noni owes Cole Palmer rent for that hat trick he gave him. He owes him. Do you know what I mean? Amazing performance from him, but he owes him some rent. Honestly. So when I look at Cole Palmer, I see a special talent. And yes, everyone's going to talk about the England situation. I'm sure Gareth Southgate, wherever he is right now, I'm sure he's sitting down. Wherever he is. He might be in Alaska. He might be in LA. He might be in Belgium. He might be in Brazil. He might even be in Nigeria. Wherever he is, I know he's sitting down thinking, that 10 roll, that double 10 that I was doing with Jude Bellingham and Cole Palmer, should I have put Cole Palmer instead of Phil Foden? Sorry, with Phil Foden, sorry. I know he's sitting there thinking, with that double 10, with Jude Bellingham and Phil Foden, should I have just played Cole Palmer instead of Phil Foden? Should I have continuously gave Foden chance after chance after chance? I know he's thinking about it, especially that Cole Palmer scored in the final. Especially that he did. But listen, you can't live life in regrets. You can't. But one thing I also want to talk about, lastly, is can we give the guy a round of applause for being one of the only players to leave Pep Guardiola by his own choice and actually go and succeed. Now, some of you are going to say, oh, where's his trophies? Mate, right now, at this age, you got to just think about making an impression, making people take notice of you. And that is what he's doing. Cole Palmer will win trophies at Chelsea. Chelsea will win trophies eventually. That's just the way it is. He will. They got to a cup final last season. I mean, in their worst ever season. Or one of their worst ever seasons. He is one of the only players to leave Pep Guardiola and thrive. You know, we saw Leroy Sané get up and leave. Ferran Torres, all these guys. And you're looking at them and you're thinking, you're not really doing too much. You're not really doing too much. But Cole Palmer, he said, yeah, do you know what? I'm going to prove. I'm a Manchester local. I'm going to go London and I'm going to show them Wagwan. And do you know what? Lastly, I want to say, this is a guy that is so confident in his ability to be able to say that to Pep, that I want to leave. Regardless of if Mahrez just left, I want to go and leave. You're not going to give me a starting role. I'm leaving. I remember when he scored for Man City and they spoke to him and then they said, oh, you know, you got your first goal for Man City. I think it was in European competition. I think it was in the Super Cup or something. And he said, yeah, no, you know, it was good, but Prem soon come. I was looking at that. I was laughing. Prem soon come. No media training, as they say. Hey, but he weren't just talking for the sake of it. That was a warning to the Premier League. Prem soon come. Here we are. We're seeing it. 43 goals and assists in his last year and a half. Not even a year and a half, year and a quarter. Cole Palmer, I salute you. 3 Lions. He needs to be a starter from now on. Jude Bellingham, you have competition. Phil Foden, you have competition. Let's not play around. Listen, man, it's crazy. I'm just going to do one last thing. It's kind of cold in here, you know. It's kind of cold. Listen, it's CultureCams. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe. Cole Palmer, I respect you. And guys, turn on your notifications. That's super important. Appreciate all the support and this return. I'll see you next time. Cam soon come.